So we got this old dinosaur here, and the thermostat was dead because the batteries died, so I replaced it. It kicked on, and then it kicked off. I just lit it up right now, and it was lighting the pilot, and it lit up for a while, but then it quit. And the fan kicked off because there's no heat. It's got one of those guys. It's obviously still receiving a call because you can hear the spark igniter ticking. So the fact that it's ticking tells me that it's not detecting the pilot flame. So I think this thing right here is bad, whatever that is. It looks to be like this detects the flame and then sends power to the main burner on the gas valve. That's what I'm thinking, so we're gonna test that. Looks like the igniter is powered by the gas valve. So I should be getting 24 volts between those two. So let's check that out. Yeah, so I have 24 volts going to that ignition module. I'm not sure how this thing works. It says it's got mercury in it, so I'm thinking maybe the mercury gets heated up and then it pushes something in there. Now let's see here. So we have this blue wire that leads to that. And then another blue wire which leads to that. So that's the high limit. So I should have 24 volts. Honestly, I should have 24 volts between those two. Because I'm thinking this red one is probably the switch. Then we have this white wire which is going to that. So let's see if we can see what that stuff is. All right, so if we look at our schematic here, we can see this whole thing here is our gas valve. This right here is that mercury thing. And so you can see it has a pressure switch. That's what that means. So if we look here, we have 24 volts, which is blue, coming into the main gas valve, comes out of 2, connects to 2, which is normally open. So when it sparks, this will close, which will send voltage to the main valve. So that's the issue we're having, is this isn't closing. So let's see if we can jump this out. So it looks like it's 2 and 1 is what needs to be energized. Okay, so we have 24 volts to blue, and I have 24 volts coming out of red. So that is going into 3 and 4, which 3 and 4 is our common, and that's powering this guy up. So that's supplying voltage to the switch. Yeah, see, so I have 24, 27 volts there, 26, I guess you could say. Right here, same thing. I should be having it here, which I only have 8 volts. So that's just not enough to energize. So if I apply 24 volts to that, that should get the burner to kick on. So let's see what happens. Yeah. So it's just not detecting the flame, so it kills the main burner. So this thing is probably bad. Yeah, you hear that? It's because it's not enough juice. Show you here. Yeah, see, we only have 16 volts and it's slowly dropping. It's just not enough to keep that valve open. So I don't even know if I can get another one of these, but basically, oh, yep, you hear it? Yeah, see, it's not enough to keep that valve open. Yeah, look at that. There it goes, look at that. Yeah, so this thing is failing. So I don't even know if that's a part I can still get because it's got mercury in it, or if they make something new. I'm not sure. We're probably going to have to do a retrofit kit. Yeah, so it just went out. So let's see, what's our voltage at? Yep, 8 volts. So for some reason the pressure is just not great enough to close that switch all the way. All right, so we're back on this one. We got our ridiculously expensive part. They decided to repair this old geezer, so the dinosaurs live on. Yeah, play the Jurassic Park theme song right now. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and remove power. Then we're gonna go ahead and remove this thing from in there. And then we'll go ahead and get our new one all hooked up. Oh, shoot. Okay, well, that's gonna be interesting. So yeah, that's all spade connectors. This one is posts. Okay, well, that should be interesting. All right, so I removed that screw from there. I've removed the wire for the igniter. So now I need to get this thing out of here. Okay, I think I'm gonna take this off so I can get it out of there completely, and then we gotta figure out how to take the post out. And then as far as these being spades, I think I'm just gonna have to use butt connectors. Yeah, so. All right, using my pliers wrench. I guess I should probably turn the gas off, huh? Okay. Now we got that off, we can go ahead and get this out. Now that's really nice of whoever installed this, how they did it like that. That just makes it a total pain in the butt. Normally I would just chop it off, but I think there's mercury in there, so I don't want to poison myself. So we're gonna go ahead and try to do this in place. So let's see, how do they have this thing mounted? Okay, so that ended up being a lot easier than I thought. I just pulled it out, so. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and get this all prepped and ready. This is the hardware that the new one came with. None of it matches, so this should be interesting. All right, this is why I hate repairing old systems. So yeah, and I can't take this off without, okay, so I got it sketchified in there. It's in there as best as it's gonna go. It doesn't quite fit, so we'll see how this goes. Here we go. Okay, we got the pilot. All right, so I detected flame. All right, cool. So looks like we hooked it up right. So this one was a little bit different, but we had to look at our schematic to kind of figure it out and modify it a little bit to make it work. It looks like we are good to go. So I'm gonna wait till the blower kicks on and make sure it doesn't do anything funky, but I think we fixed it.